Hello and welcome and happy hump day. It's This Is Going Well, I think, with David Cooper, the show where no one's listening, no one cares, the show where every episode's the last episode. I am David Cooper, in case that wasn't clear. Today, my friend, Toronto-based comedian Natalie Norman. You can look her up online at Stalking Natalie on all the social medias. That's STALKING. She's, well, off her rocker and here to do whatever this show is. And quite frankly, I have no idea. Natalie Norman.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
That took way too long.
How are you?
Oh, I'm lowering my effector, so irritable.
What is Effexor again? An antidepressant or what?
It's an antidepressant, and it's like the worst one to come off of. So,
Oh, that'll be a fun few weeks for you.
a few weeks. It's going to take 7 months.
7 months to come on? You're going to eat candy while I'm taping? What are you eating? Come on.
I'm going to have a piece. I'm feeling very irritable.
Irate is what you are. Oh, mini eggs. They don't have those in the United States.
That's fucked up.
I know. Or maybe they do, but I've never seen them. And they're so good.
They're incredible.
I know. I like the mini cream eggs. They have those here.
Oh my God, those are just like cum, a sugared cum.
Well, the big cream eggs are too much cum. It's like sleeping with a guy who's got too much cum. And the small ones are just right.
Just enough cum.
I have to do this quickly today. I hope that's okay.
I don't give a shit. I'm going to go take a nap. I'm feeling irritable as fuck.
I don't know if I feel bad for you or the people in your life.
No one's around me right now, so.
You're just going to die alone.
Don't say that.
It's good to see you. I feel like it's been a while. I've seen you recently, but I haven't taped with you recently.
You were supposed to tape with me, I think, last week, and we both forgot.
Yeah, that's called being Jewish.
No, it's called being mentally ill.
What's the difference?
Good point.
Well, how you been? How's, I don't know, what do we normally talk about? Your love life, your vagina, your comedy? What do you want to do?
We could talk about lowering antidepressants.
Oh, yeah. So why are you must be a train wreck. Why are you?
Wait, are we already recording?
Yes, I can cut anything you don't want, but...
Oh, okay.
Well, so I always do this now because I feel like the good bits get captured before people think I start. However, implicit in this kind of lack of consent of taping, if someone were to say and do something before the show that they wanted cut, I would cut it.
Oh, I don't care but that's why you're like, are you eating? And I was like, yeah, we haven't started.
No, we've started. So if you just screamed like R. Kelly is innocent and you're like, oh shit, I don't want people to know I think that, then I would have cut it.
Okay, I don't care.
You don't care about R. Kelly's sex crimes? Well, I do. He's not innocent.
Okay. Yeah, no shit.
All right. I watched the recent, I guess it's not recent, it's like 10 months old, the Chris Rock special. And he's like, nobody gives a shit about Michael Jackson, but everyone cares about R. Kelly. But
everyone cares about Michael Jackson. And what are you talking about?
But people don't care so much that if you play Michael Jackson at a party, people are like, that's distasteful. And his argument is because Michael Jackson is more talented.
Oh.
Which I think is true. Like that, I think that's the reason I still listen to MJ. I'm just not willing to give it up. But R. Kelly, I didn't like that much. So sure, I'll give that up. No problem.
I think that's why people have no problem watching Woody Allen films.
But Roman Polanski,
I don't even know what he did Rosemary's Baby, right?
I don't fucking know. He did The Pianist.
I never seen it.
Starring that guy with the nose, the huge, handsome nose, Adrian
Brody.
Yeah, so handsome.
He's okay.
I mean, he gives us hope. You know, you can have a nose like that and still be insanely handsome.
I think big noses are hot. I just don't necessarily think he's hot.
Well, he is the prototype, in my opinion, for the hot big nose.
Okay, wow, a Jew here really telling everyone what kind of Jew they should like.
Hot take.
So I'm on antidepressants. I'm not a mess. The reason we're lowering them is because I never come. And the big thing with antidepressants is they prevent you from coming. So we're assuming that by lowering them even a bit, maybe I'll come for the first time.
But what's the point of having orgasms if you're just miserable all the time?
Well, I'm not miserable all the time.
Well, but when you go off them, you might be.
I'm not completely going off them. We're just lowering case by case, like to see, but also we think I've been misdiagnosed years ago.
What did we have then, and what do we think we have now?
I had depression, anxiety, which is a very generic, basic diagnosis that we all have. And what we actually think is that I had severe ADHD that was untreated, which leads to anxiety and depression.
Okay, so now we're treating the ADHD, coming off the meds, hoping your moods will be fine and that you'll have orgasms.
Yeah, like we're hoping, well, like think about it. Can you imagine living a life without orgasms? You want to kill yourself.
I'm on a med for male pattern baldness called Propecia.
Okay.
Which is well known in the male pattern baldness communities.
I know what it is.
And it's supposed to lower your sex drive. Now, I haven't really had that side effect. Maybe it's 5% lower. I'm fine with that. But everyone's like, you really want to have a lowered sex drive? And I'm like, well, what's the point of having sex if I don't have hair? No one's going to have sex with me.
Okay, well, see, that's the thing. It's a lot of people just have a lower sex drive on antidepressants. I don't have that. I just don't come. So I have all this desire and it's just in me.
But what I'm saying is if you go off them and it is in fact depression and that's the thinking is wrong, then what's the point of having orgasms if you're just depressed all the time?
But then I'll go back on a different medication. This is also not the best medication there is.
Fair enough.
Look at us arguing.
Jews arguing over medication. Never been done before. This is
never been done.
A world first.
We're original. I wish I had better stories about dating. I can tell you that men annoy me.
Let's just stay here.
Okay.
The orgasms. I got you a sex toy. I had it delivered to your house. I didn't hand it to you because I'm not disgusting.
Yes.
In hopes that you could have an orgasm because it's something we've talked about that you never have them. This toy, once you taper off those meds, may be your gateway into orgasms.
Okay. We've talked about this before. The toy is so powerful, I feel like I'm going to get electrocuted. Because it's not a modern toy. It's plugged into the wall and it's so powerful that I feel like I'm going to get an electric shock. My wall's vibrating. I'm vibrating. I'm nauseous now. Doesn't matter how turned on. I'm feeling like I'm going to throw up all over myself.
What are those things that measure earthquakes? Geiger counters or something? Or maybe that's radiation. The fucking...
Magnitude.
Yeah.
Magnitude?
Richter scale. They're all going off when you're using these things.
Yeah, the Richter scale. Yeah, it's like insane. You're like, oh, and you're like, who's this for?
It's for you. You're welcome.
No, and you know what? I had someone try and use it on me. It was so annoying. He like brought it out and tried to use it on me, but like it wasn't doing anything because like I wasn't like hitting the right spot. And he got so frustrated. He was like, you do it. And I was like, okay, like this is so annoying. Like if I'm just going to put it on myself, like, why are you here?
For moral support. Why are cheerleaders at basketball games?
Because men are perverts.
Oh. Well, you're a pervert, so that's why he's there.
No. Really, I need someone. It would have been more fun had he done it. He needed to be more patient. Yeah. So like, I like that toy and it does work to a degree, but I just think, well, I also found out something about myself is that when I'm close to climaxing, I like freak out for some reason and push people off of me.
Oh.
So the last person, 2 persons ago that I had sex with, I said, when I'm saying no, like hold me down. This is so crazy. And then you have to like have a real discussion about consent because you're like, no means no. But in this case, no means keep going. And like, if it was really bad, like if I really wanted you to know, I just punch you in the face or we would have a word. Anyways, he held me down and I ended up coming. Now, was it good? No.
I can't imagine why. No means hold me down. What people don't know about you is, yes, you're a comedian, but you also moonlight as a women's studies professor at Ryerson University.
Yeah, me, a women's studies professor.
And your principal thesis in your class is no means hold me down. You're insane is what that means.
How am I insane? I'm talking to a person I'm having sex with. We are having a discussion about how I'm going to come. So I need to be held down. It's not like I'm saying, no, don't do it. What I'm saying is, no, this feels really intense, but I need to pass through it.
But that toy is just that. It's really intense. You pass through it, and then it's the gateway to pleasure.
Yeah, but to me, I can't pass through it on my own.
You have to chain yourself up in some sort of weird contraption that applies you against the toy.
Yeah, I have to tie myself up with bed restraints and let it rip.
But a lot of men have died this way, autoerotic asphyxiation.
No, because there's something on their neck. There's nothing on my neck.
But you're going to get trapped in your restraints, be unable to eat, and starve to death.
You know what? You really know me. I would get trapped in restraints.
It'd be a great eulogy. I'd love that funeral.
Yeah, well, and then I'd make everyone show pictures of how I got trapped.
You're insane. How is comedy going?
Comedy's comedy. It's It's fun.
You had a stint in New York over what, August? You were in my place. Are you still thinking of moving here?
You know I am.
I know you are, but the show doesn't know you are.
I know, but why wouldn't you just be like, I know you're thinking of moving to New York. Tell us about it.
I don't know. The Socratic method? I don't, because I'm a bad interviewer, Natalie. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't do that.
Someone's sleeping on the job today, and it's me.
I have a lot on my mind.
Let's talk about you. What's on your mind?
Well, we're buying a house, which is wild.
How's that going? Did it go? Wait, is it the one you showed me pictures of?
Yes, that one.
I dream about that. I dream about your house so I can live there with you too.
Well, next year over August, I'm always away for 2 or 3 weeks. You can catch it.
Yeah, I'm going to, but I would like to just like sneak in permanently.
I'm not giving you a key.
We'll see about that.
Now I'm like, is the key they give me, can it be copied? Oh no.
I would never copy someone's key without asking, except if you were one of my siblings. Anyways, so what's going on with that? Why are you stressed?
Nothing. It's just been a lot of work. We finally did the application to fucking, this, that, and the other. It's just a lot of work. It's all normal stuff. Nothing wild. It's just a lot of work.
I love the idea of you complaining about buying a house.
I mean, not complaining about that part. I'm complaining about the paperwork.
Yeah, there's paperwork while you buy a house while I live in a stinking apartment with a roommate. I now have a roommate.
You did comedy for 10 years where I was fucking slaving away in the tech industry.
Not my fault.
But not my fault that I'm now able to buy a house with Miranda.
But I'm not the one complaining. I'm not complaining that you're buying a house.
You would be complaining if you had to do this kind of paperwork.
You know what? As a former realtor, 100%.
Oh my God. Can we talk about what realtors do? Because I've always thought it was a scam. They don't do anything.
It is a scam.
Well, yes. But now that I've gone through the process, it's actually a lot of work and it's so chaotic. Like you put so much work into one thing, you make no money. And then you put in a tiny bit of work into another thing and you make a ton of money. There's no
right.
The hours you put in don't directly map to the money you make. And I think on average, it's just like a normal salary. If you work an insane amount, then you make a lot. If you work normal hours, you don't make that much. And it's so hard to get clients. You no longer have friends because every friend is a potential client and they're treated that way.
So as a former realtor, as a young former realtor, which is a new television show idea I have.
The young former realtors?
Yeah. I think it'd be really good watching me try to be a realtor. It's like the amount of paperwork is insufferable and you are on such liability for any fuck up. You are on the line.
And you're not a lawyer, you're not an accountant, you're not a tax professional, and the client expects you to be all of those things because that's what they need to know.
Yeah, they expect you to know all of that. And I'm like, listen, what I can do for you is I can take you to a house, show you around, tell you why it's good, and then maybe negotiate you a good deal, but not me, but maybe another realtor.
That's where their expertise is. But once the deal's accepted, there's all these legal things and accounting things and this, and they don't know fuck all about it. Why would they? That's like a whole profession in and of itself.
That's why you get a lawyer. I mean, maybe you have a shitty lawyer.
No, he's good. There's stuff that is outside his...
I mean, well, you think about it. There should be more entailed in when you're buying or selling a property. It's the biggest purchase you'll ever make.
For sure.
So it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense that the course to sell you that property is only 3 months.
What do you learn in the course?
Honestly, too much. No. Because the first course is really generic. It's like going over like the legalities, but like really basic stuff. And then there's like a second class, but then it gets to these like you have an option depending on what you're going to specialize, right? Because you could be commercial, you can be like developments, you could be houses, you could be rental. Anyways, those classes are psychotic. They teach you property management. There is so much that goes into property management that people don't understand and never will until you deal with it. And it's not a 3-month course. Like some of it is just so much information and it's like multiple choice. And you're like, this person doesn't know anything. They don't. Like after they do that, they don't.
Wild. I can't believe you're a real estate agent. Did you have any sales or you just quit before you even made your first sale?
I did a few rentals, but think about it. I was like 21, 24.
Yeah. And they forced you with the rentals when you get started, which is like the lowest of the low.
No, they didn't. It's just like I had friends moving to Toronto who wanted to live in buildings, right?
Mm.
And so I was able to help them and I got people good deals. However, I just never wanted to be a realtor. I just did it because I was so lost. I think you have to really like the idea of like going to houses, talking to strangers. Like showing off a house is literally the most boring thing I've ever heard.
I think for some people it's like, well, you get to be around people and money and you don't have to like learn a fucking trade like engineering or math or fucking finance.
You're a salesperson.
And you get to talk to people all day, go from showing to showing. And if you work really, really, really hard and you get really lucky and you put in 80 hours a week, yes, you can make a ton of money. And I think for a lot of people that's attractive.
Well, that, and then on top of it, you make your own hours, right? So like you can go away for a week and you're not really losing a lot.
Well, if you've got deals on the go, you can't. You go away for a week, but your clients are bothering you all weekend.
Well, that's when you have shitty clients.
Well, I guess I'm a shitty client.
Yeah, you're a Jew.
I know. I just feel like you're never not working. You're always sort of have one foot in the door.
I guess like I'm a comedian. When am I not working?
If you don't do work, your craft just suffers. If you don't do work as an agent, deals fall through and you're fucked.
I'm going to tell you, sometimes when I put my phone down, like there's times where I'm taking a week off. I didn't answer messages. I lost deals. In comedy, you lose opportunities because you're not responding fast enough. And now, especially with social media, my God, you got to be putting stuff out every day. And I can't do that. I can't. I'm too tired and I'm aggravated.
No, you're right. You're right. Like a booker calls you on a one-off, you don't answer, and they're like, fuck Natalie, I'm not going to call her next time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, or you can't do it. Even if you can't do it, they're like, well, they're too busy. I don't know. Like people are psycho.
Yeah.
No job anymore is really like, I mean, your job, because I don't know what you do. But
this, Natalie. This.
Wait, you know what? I just remembered I saw your brother was in New York. How was that?
It was a lot of fun. We had Thanksgiving, and after the meal, he started showing my guests pictures of his penis. I felt jealous, so I started showing guests pictures of my penis. It was a traditional Thanksgiving like the Pilgrims intended.
I can't believe I wasn't invited.
I mean, you weren't not invited. You don't live in New York.
But everyone's showing their genitalia. You know I would have joined in and shown my tits.
There was no room for more people. It was 12 people. Next year, you're invited.
Next year I'm coming whether or not I was.
Great. You would be a great addition. You and at least one of my friends would annoy everyone so much. It'd be amazing.
I don't annoy. I'm such a good guest when I come over. Am I not? I always bring treats.
You are a good house guest, and you're a good house sitter. I thought you might kill my cat. I thought the over-under on that was maybe 20% chance cat would die.
That's crazy. I'm so good with animals. They love me more than I like them.
I knew you were good when I was walking you through what to do, and then I started mixing water into his food, and I waited until the water was hot because I know the cat likes slightly hotter water. And I turned to you. I said, you don't have to worry about this. It's too many steps. And you stopped me and you said, I want to know. I want to do everything right. You were like, really, we're going to do it the way I did it for him, which is overboard. He doesn't need hot water mixed into his food. Cold water will do. That's when I knew you might be a good cat sitter.
But it's your cat and it's a living thing. It's like, you got to do it right. Otherwise, you might as well just leave the cat by itself then.
I agree. And he's very needy.
That is a needy cat.
Yeah. Do you mind that though? Do you mind that he's cuddly?
No, it makes me laugh how much he beat my tits up.
Oh, he does the biscuits into your tits. Like he rolls your tits with his claws.
Yeah, he's my dom. Your cat is my dom.
Did you and him bond, or you hate his guts?
No, there's no animal. There's only one animal I don't like. I was going to say there's none. And it's, one of my parents' dogs I hated. So
it's dead now.
He's dead. Good riddance. Go to hell.
Let it burn. I don't love any animals except for that cat. And I never have. And I probably won't ever unless I own it. It would just only be my pets. I'm not an animal lover.
That's so crazy. But I get that from you. It's like they're gross to you. And like, whether they want my attention, I want to talk to people, but I don't even like people. That's your energy.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. How's Miranda? Well, this is now just a conversation between friends.
Well, we got to wrap it up soon. But she's good. She's very good. Yeah, she enjoyed Thanksgiving. We bickered a lot leading up to it because it was a lot of stress, but we've been getting along in the last few days.
I mean, you guys always get, you to me, like, and maybe I'm wrong because I'm just an outsider, are one of an ideal couple.
Thank you. We're the platonic ideal of a couple?
I didn't say platonic.
No. People say that, platonic ideal. I don't know what it means.
Well, I don't know what platonic ideal means either.
Platonic ideal means, it's a saying people say. It means like the most ideal thing. Okay?
I think platonic meant friends, like non-sexual.
No, platonic ideal is like the most ideal version of something.
Okay, well, you are, because the two of you want the same things. You know how to handle each other's like quirks, but you still like each other and you still like do things together, but it doesn't feel like pressure from either of you. It just is.
Yeah.
which I don't see that with, you think you understand that that's normal and that's the way it should be. But because you're not in like a bad relationship, it's not, most relationships aren't what the two of you have.
Wow. That's so nice. I'm going to play this for her.
Well, you could just tell her.
Nah.
But it's easy. Like going to your house is a pleasure because like you two aren't going to, like if you fight, it's not like ever like vicious.
Yeah, I know. The upstairs neighbors, I don't want them to hear me, have been in screaming matches.
Yeah.
Like violent stuff. So violent. Verbally, not physically. And I'm like, wow. It reminds me of my ex and I. We used to get in screaming matches like that. And as much as we bicker or fight, it's like, it's never that bad. It's never door slamming, screaming profanity, screaming over someone who's crying. I haven't been in a relationship with that, like that in a while.
I mean, because you guys know how to communicate with each other, right? Like that's the difference is what I'm saying is that a lot of couples don't actually know how to communicate. So like if you guys fight, because couples fight in front of people all the time, I'm not worried it's going to turn into this weird thing where I'm like, I have to leave the room.
Maybe you should date Miranda. I'm sure she's itching to leave me.
I think Miranda's a Capricorn and that wouldn't work for my energy.
Also, lesbian. Neither of you are.
Yeah, neither is that too.
There's that small point. All right, well, Natalie, I don't know. I wish I didn't have to wrap this up, but I feel like we can end on a high note.
For the first time ever.
It'll be amazing.
We did it.
We did it.
Baruch Hashem.